In this video, let us talk about access modifiers. Access modifiers in C# lets us restrict or grant access to members and methods of our classes. If you look at the code we have for our cover here, we made all members public. That means that we are allowing access to every single member of this class beyond even the assembly. The assembly is only the bundled file that executes our code. Now, if I were to make this private, remember, public makes things accessible across boards to folks that have access to it, that are within the same family or outside that family. Just like a public toilet, a public park, that is public. But a private one would be the private toilet in your house, your private kitchen, your private bedroom. So let's say we want to make this transmission type private. Let's see what would happen in this code. If I make transmission type of this car private and I try to run this code, I will have a compiler error that says transmission type is inaccessible due to its protection level. Let's try that out. I should get an error in my console in just a few seconds. And that says car transmission type is inaccessible because of its protection level. I can do that same thing for another field. Let's say I want to do that also for model, and I make this private. I'll get more errors that says that model is also inaccessible because of its protection level. As you see, we get that error. Now let's try to modify this to return that to public. And let's try to run this code again. We should now get the right kind of output. Now, private does not mean we'll always have errors, but the use case is if you need to protect some members and fields of your class, the private keyword is the one to use. There's another kind of protection level you can have on your classes and methods, and that is the protected level of access. The protected level of access ensures that fields of a class or methods of a class are inaccessible by new instances, but only the classes that derive from them can access them. Let's say I want to make the transmission type of this protected. It means if you create a new instance of car, we would not be able to access the transmission level because of its protected level. Let's try to run that. We should have an error. You see, it's inaccessible because of its protection level. But let's check this out. Let's create a new class of petrol car. And let's make that inherit from car. And then we go ahead to create a derived object out of this. Let's say we want to do, let's create a constructor just for this. Let's make this utilize a constructor. Public petrol car. And then we can access the transmission type of the car right inside there. So put in console.writeLine. Maybe you just want to make all cars automatic, you know. Make an interpolated string. dots, you see, I can access transmission type just like that. Then what I can do here is I'll make this petrol car. I make this a new instance of petrol car, and then you know what, let me clear this off and then just assign the transmission level for this right inside here. So I can say this dot transmission type my bad. Okay, this is the transmission type equals transmission dot automatic. Anything I'm missing here? Yes, I'm missing a little bit of stuff here. I need to move this inside here, and then I should be fine. All right, let's try to run this, shall we? Let's clear the screen a little bit so we have some space, and let's run this code. Let's wait for it. I said petrol car. Did I put petrol? Oh, my bad. Let's run that now. Yeah, I still get that error because I'm trying to access this inside here. So let me clean out this bit of code and then run this again. You see, we get automatic printed out for us, and then we have the rest of the fields just accessible. The other bit of protection level, which is major, is the internal protection level. The internal protection level ensures that the fields and members and methods of a particular class is only accessible within the same assembly. Assembly means the unit of code, the unit of your program that is deployed. So for example, system is a namespace. System is an assembly. Access modifiers is also an assembly in this case. So anything inside access modifiers will be able to access every member of this. I wouldn't show that because of course it will just work. So I could make all this internal to ensure that only libraries, only classes and methods inside here can access it. This will still run either way because we are still within the same assembly. So I make some fields internal, and everything still works fine. Just right around the corner. There's two other types of protection level, which is a little bit complex for the scope of this course, but we'll look into it when we get a little bit more advanced. That's the protected internal and the private protected. I hope you like this video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you will get notifications when I post new videos on this channel. See you in another video. Goodbye.